I recently just dropped $400 at the vet.
Wouldn't a bullet be cheaper? That's what my dad always says.
I think a bullet would have had a hard time extracting the dog's broken teeth.
How'd your dog break its teeth?
I think he actually tried to eat a bullet, ironically.
That's what I'm going to do after this podcast, dude. I'm going to fucking eat a fucking bullet.
Hopefully all of us will eat a bullet after this podcast.
Specifically, some shotgun ammunition fell, and since it has that nice plasticky outside, I think I found them chewed up with all the pellets missing, and I was actually super worried because those are lead pellets, and I was like, oh no. Now, turns out the lead pellets were just lost in the carpet.
Okay.
But I think he broke some of his teeth trying to get into
Buckshot or birdshot?
Birdshot.
Okay. That's a little bit...
but
buckshot, if he ate buckshot, that would be a little bit more concerning too.
Yeah, no, but
birdshot has a lot of small pellets. So
yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'd be more worried about. I was more worried about lead poisoning.
Yeah,
you know, because I was like, oh god, please tell me they didn't actually eat it.
So
because that
did
might
he
just
chip
sit.
his teeth, or did he like actually full on break his teeth?
He full on broke his teeth to a certain degree. I didn't get a real good look at it.
How many?
10.
God damn.
How much do you have to get paid to chew through some birdshot? 10 of them. Just chew it up until there's no soft plastic left that doesn't have teeth marks on it.
If you would agree to pay for like a complete mouth surgery and then like $30,000 on top of that.
Oh, really?
We'll get a game
You go through
on.
the pain?
We'll get a game on.
Would you get veneers?
You know, I'll tell you what, 2 years worth of like
of salary.
You should get one of those veneer techs.
a complete coverage of like my dental costs.
And would you get veneers?
I don't know what that is.
Veneers is when they like grind down all your teeth and then they put fake teeth on them with glue, effectively.
No, I'd probably do the whole like they drill it into you and stuff.
If you could have any kind of teeth, what kind of teeth would you have? Would you have like shark teeth? Would you get vampire teeth?
No, shark teeth seem like it'd be hard to like just sit with your mouth closed.
It would kind of rule though, wouldn't it?
You'd have like layers of teeth.
I mean, like in like if you just wanted like Halloween and picture taking mode, yeah. But like I feel like just sitting casually would be awful.
You lose all your teeth in a terrible accident, and the doctor's like, all right, we'll make you, the company that did the terrible accident, they'll pay for whatever you want. What do you want?
I want the George Washington treatment, baby. Give me some teeth from everything.
Some wooden teeth mixed with all sorts of garbage.
Yeah, give me everything.
Like a dog tooth here
a
and there.
donkey tooth there. Yeah. Give me the mix.
Why don't you want the titanium teeth like Kanye?
Titanium teeth?
I didn't know that was an option. Okay, yeah, I'd want like
I did not know that.
I'd want like kryptonite teeth so I could like bite Superman.
Yeah. But yes, Kanye West has titanium teeth.
He also has a school.
Yes, he does.
He's in trouble for that school.
That's because his school is fucking stupid.
School is just an abusive, it's just an excuse to abuse children.
Pretty much. Well, it's also are all rich private schools.
Yeah.
That's all they are.
That's why they don't get government funding.
Exactly.
Apparently, like, he's just like locking children in their rooms for like hours at a time.
And it's not accredited, so like no matter what they do at that school, you're not going to be able to go to college with any of the credits or to another school.
God.
Yeah, you're just going to have to basically go get your GED.
What would you do
when you're
as a
done.
parent if you found out you were duped that hard? Would you just kill him?
I mean, if you had that much money, I think you would pay for an assassin.
Yeah.
Well, you don't now. Kanye.
Yeah,
has
Kanye.
Took all my fucking money.
So you got DIY it now.
So that he could abuse my kids.
How do you DIY your own assassin?
How do you have a fucking? How is Kanye so charismatic with all the dumb shit he says, does, and like has titanium teeth?
Hey, man.
Also, yes, Eric, by the way, the teeth are not individual teeth. They are just bars that he has had surgically implanted into his mouth. There's one solid piece for each row of teeth. So it looks like he's wearing a grill, or it looks like he's wearing like a mouth guard for boxing, but it's just made out of metal. He had all of his teeth replaced with that.
That's insane.
It also
I'm surprised that didn't like affect his voice.
Has he made anything since then? I'm sure it probably has.
I mean, I think he's made some trauma for some
probably
young people.
For some.
What do you think he sounds like normally now? Do you think he has?
That's what I sounded like last time I heard him
that's
talk.
just what you hear. That's just what you hear when you go like near his house. You just hear speakers playing that.
He's just playing Hitler's speeches on repeat just all day.
I've heard that he actually listens to his own music in his house. That is like a common like thing that people say about Kanye who have met him and been to his house. He just listens to his own music.
I listen to our podcast, but
so you're Kanye
I don't
West.
think that I've ever.
So you're the Kanye of the group.
Yeah, you're the Kanye of the group.
I mean, I don't listen to the episodes more than once.
But
I
you
just
do
listen to them
you
the one
do-
time and then move on.
But you do damage the lives of children, and you do replace your teeth with titanium, and you, I mean.
And I think Hitler had some very good points. I mean,
I'm glad I was going there. But
no.
Yeah.
I don't think.
You don't think Hitler had any good points?
If you had to give Hitler a
No.
different name, what would you give him?
My immediate thing was to just say Shitler.
I give him a really dumb name.
Yeah.
Like Hitler's grandpa comes to you and he's like, I don't remember this guy's name.
Oh, that was Belingus,
what's
dude.
his name?
That was Belingus. You don't remember your grandson,
Yeah,
Belingus?
Cunnilingus.
Yeah,
Belingus.
Yeah, the emperor of Germany, Belingus Cunnilingus.
Also, I'm just gonna tell you right now, that kid, amazing art. You need to do everything you can to push him through art school and like finance
his
him.
art
Make
fucking
sure he's
sucked.
never a starving
apparently
artist.
his art wasn't good.
It
Now
sucked.
he just like painted some landscapes. Honestly,
Well,
they're
no,
super
his issue
bland.
wasn't so much what he painted. It was the finer details is what he sucked at, apparently.
yeah, he
like,
put
they were-
windows in the wrong fucking place.
They were very like mid.
Yeah.
Like he was never really super good. Like it's like competent, I guess, but like that's about.
He could get
the
away
best you
with
can
like
say.
street fair art is basically
Yeah,
what they said.
he could sell art in New Orleans on the street.
Yeah,
but like
is basically what they said.
You're
They were
saying
like,
Hitler was like a gum tree artist?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. That's what
yes,
I'm saying.
that is the extent of his skill as an artist. It pretty much stopped there. Like
Well-
you could get a showcase in a town of less than 10,000 people.
You
but
could
that's
argue
about
that
it.
what he did to the Jews was an art form.
The people still argue about the finer details of that. That's
Yeah.
for sure. That's for sure. I think that's
How much did Hitler have to
Something-
do with like the actual finer details of that shit, or was he just the guy who screamed into a
No,
microphone?
he pretty much had
I
like
mean-
like he was a micromanager. So
Was he?
Yes.
he was, yeah.
So
but he
plus
also
he like
had
laid
a
it out
lot
in
of
his books.
yeah. He also had a lot of crazy cronies to help him get it all done, though.
Mm.
Like Himmler and what's his name?
For a
Fuck.
micromanager, you think he wouldn't have made that dumb tank, or like half the dumb shit he came up
Well, he
with?
wasn't like a
Well,
military
he was,
genius.
Yeah, he was.
He was just
he
a
was
dude.
micromanaging, but that didn't mean he was good at everything he
What
was
did he
doing.
do for a living before he was in the military?
He was a mail
dude.
carrier
He was a mail carrier.
in the army.
Hell yeah!
He,
My man was
he
just-
fought in World War
Yeah, he was in
I.
World War
Yeah,
One.
I know. I know.
He was a mail guy in World War One.
He was a. That's what he did in World
He
War
ran
I?
messages. Yeah.
Hey, a mail guy in World War One is not just a friendly mailman. That's someone desperately running between trenches
Yeah.
with messages and being shot at constantly.
He was running all the
That's-
time.
Let's not belittle the mailman of World War One. That's
Damn,
not.
if I was trying to deliver
a
mail and I got
casual
shot
job.
at, I
No,
might
you
kill all
wanna
the
hear-
Jews too.
You want to hear like a kind of cool story?
Sure.
There was an American who saw Hitler like running the mail in at some point during World War One, and he basically was like, "Yeah, I could have killed him, but he was unarmed and just like running, so
I could have popped him.
I felt bad, so I let him go."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I bet he regrets that.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
Whoopsie.
I bet he also lived the rest of his life off the laurels of I could have killed Hitler that
Yes.
one time.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yes, he
imagine
did.
that as an ethics standpoint. Like, I saw an unarmed mailman running between the trenches and was just like, I could pop him. Honestly, he should have. Now
Honestly-
that I think about it again, like, no, you idiot.
That's also
That-
your job.
You need to disrupt the messages.
Fuck
like,
killing-
you have to kill the mailman.
Fuck killing baby Hitler. Would you kill mailman Hitler?
Yes. Absolutely.
If you went back in time and Hitler was a mailman, would you kill him?
I mean, honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you, my bro. I mean, I
We've
don't
already seen
really
Judge
have any
Eric-
issue killing baby Hitler.
I thought you were going to say I don't really have any issue killing any mailman.
That's
Honestly.
why Eric releases the dogs.
Yeah,
every
I
time.
understand. Every time a mailman shows up to your house, you release like a dozen dogs.
Do you know that?
Start shooting guns in the air.
So apparently in the U.S., the mail service has like two things that you just don't want to fuck with, and the Postmaster General is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Where like apparently they have the legal authority to just like if you fuck around with the mail, they can arrest your ass. Or
Yeah,
they-
absolutely.
they-
Sure.
Or they can like bring like a marshal or some shit to like do you in.
Yeah,
There's a
they'll bring
certain amount
federal
of-
guys.
Like,
And
yeah,
then-
there's a certain amount of sacredness to the U.S. mail system that, even though it's so casual and we don't use it as much as we used to, like,
It's been largely
don't-
privatized.
Yeah, like you don't actually want to fuck with them.
And then the second thing is if you do have a mailman on your like street and they like are constantly being attacked, they might just stop fucking delivering to your street altogether. You know, whether you have important mail or not. So if you have a mailman who's being attacked, you might want to see if you can't stop that.
They're
shit.
within their rights to not deliver mail to you if they feel threatened to.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking. I had a mailman call me the other day and say, "Hey, I see the dog sign like out in front of your house." And I didn't know if like you just have a dog wandering around here that's not chained up. I was like, no, she's chained up. Also, she's the size of your ankle. And I just put that
Yeah.
up because I didn't want people walking into my backyard.
It's for the Latter-day Saints.
I mean,
Yeah, pretty
she
much.
might snip at you. I mean, you could get a nasty infection if you don't treat the bite.
She's never
But-
actually bitten anyone. She's only ever just snapped at somebody.
It's never
Well,
snapped at
shit.
me.
Yeah,
I mean-
she loves Will. Will loves that dog, and she loves him.
The day I met that dog, I was doing the ooshy booshy booshy wooshy thing to her face, and she nipped my nose
Yeah.
because I was
That's great. She has
overstimulating her.
never ever snapped.
Oh,
at
she's
me.
never given me any problem since then. I was just too much of a stranger and was being way too invasive,
Yeah.
like too quickly.
She's scared
And
of
so
everything.
she gave me a little back off nip right up my nose.
That's crazy.
dude. Yeah.
And then I backed off. She didn't hurt me or anything.
Yeah,
She just
no, that's. I mean,
you
it's
know,
fair, I guess, but
it was a warning bite.
It's just like a crazy parallel of like, I have also just kind of like been in her business, I guess, and just be like, yo, who's the good dog? And not nothing. She's just always been friendly.
Here's Will flaunting how he's been inside my dog's business
Yeah,
again.
dude.
This is not the first time, and it won't be the last time. Every time you come over here, you're in my dog's business.
Oh, you still got those foster dogs too? Or you've been
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just didn't see them when I came in.
Oh,
Yeah, I love
oh,
fucking around with the
not
dogs,
at the
dude.
moment. Not at the
Okay.
moment. Will got too into their business, so we had to take
I mean,
him
I
back.
can't help it. I like fucking around with this dog. So
Phrasing.
Yeah. Is the Postmaster General the coolest fucking like federal title?
no,
I think
the
the-
Surgeon General.
Oh,
is
the Surgeon
coolest
General.
title.
Cool.
No. The Witchfinder General.
The
There's
what?
no goddamn way that's real.
The Witchfinder?
Not in
Find that
America, but there was one in England. The Witchfinder General.
That's
I
badass.
shit you not.
Right.
There used to be a position called the Witchfinder General.
Okay, let me just put it out there, I guess. Did they find witches? Is that
All
what they
the
did?
time.
Well, it depends on how
Every time
you
he got
define
rejected
it.
at the
They
bar, there was
executed-
surprisingly a new witch on trial.
Man.
Shockingly.
Yeah.
Shockingly.
He was just an incel. He was just like one of those
I
chud
mean,
incel
what
guys.
do you think?
You tell them why you why you cast all those spells on me.
Like that spell that made my dick stop working!
It made it small! Tell them why you made my dick small, you are!
I'll fucking burn you! It was fucking huge before this! I promise!
Mother, tell them why you cast that spell that made me come so quick. Tell them now.
He's got like a torch to this lady.
So yes, to answer your question, he executed a lot of women, but it might be debatable as to whether or not he ever found a witch. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really.
Wait, is it really
seen-
debatable? Is it debatable?
What if like you know that thing where they tie him to a chair and they're dunking him in the water to see
Yeah.
if they're. What if he's like he just pulls her up, she's all wet. Who's wet now, Betha? Who's wet now?
Having trouble getting wet.
Can I do it yet?
Every single time he killed a woman, it was just a terrible sexual encounter gone wrong.
Oh gosh.
These poor, I wanted to say this poor guy, but the poor women,
Yeah,
really.
it's really poor them. He's
Master
just
General,
projecting.
I can't help but notice that you're in your early 40s and still not married.
You wouldn't happen to be a singing man, would you?
No, it's the women's fault. I mean,
It's all these spells.
these witches.
It's all the curses.
These witches are making me sing. They're making me sing, damn it. You wouldn't understand.
They make me want to go down to the bar where it's just where the men sing and then
And dance and be merry.
Just not actually go in and
Just
leave.
Yes.
And not consider it again for the rest of the day. About how it could be so much
I
different.
got cursed by a witch. She made me get drunk and then stand outside of the gay bar.
That's why y'all saw me out there.
Yeah.
That's what was happening.
That guy I was talking to, warlock.
Yeah, some warlock. I was trying to get
He
the
was a
curse
warlock.
off me. I was
Yep.
trying to get the curse off me, dude.
I was doing a deep investigation.
He said by handling his staff, I could relieve myself of curses. I was just trying it out.
That's why he had me pinned up against the wall. He was trying to get the devil out of me.
That's all the moaning you heard was the hell. That was the moans
was the
of hell.
devil.
That was the moans of the damned in hell.
That was the devil coming out of me.
I'm gonna start using that for an excuse for every time anything happens. You're like, yeah, actually, just a witch
So I
cursed
think we
me.
can maybe do the intro now.
Yeah. Welcome to the AnythingCast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Eric.
And 20 minutes in, I'm Will.
So yeah, Witchfinder General.
What did he actually do? Like,
No, I mean that's what he did.
he was an inquisitor.
Yeah.
Would you guys have been in the Inquisition?
Me?
I mean, if I was indoctrinated the right way, I guess. I'm a human, so I'm vulnerable to being manipulated.
I'm
so.
sure when I was a zealot, I would be.
Is
Yeah.
it a?
See, there you go.
What did your average Inquisitor do? Just run around being a soldier?
I mean,
Uh,
not really.
Honestly, probably not.
It's just a battalion of guys. Like one of them's in a black trench coat. One of them's got acne. One of them's got like balding head. it's just all like that. One of them's like 5'4". It's just all people with obvious incel
I mean, I don't know.
tendencies.
They tried
Yep.
to do the Reconquista, didn't they?
Reconquista. The Reconquista was Spanish, and that was them pushing the
Aren't the
Muslims
Inquisitors
out of
Spanish
South Spain.
also? The Spanish
Yes, but we're not
Inquisition?
talking about Spanish Inquisition. We're talking about
What other
English.
Inquisition was there?
There's lots of them.
There's lots of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I
Spanish
only
Inquisition
ever
was
heard
just
of
the biggest
Spanish
one.
Yeah,
That's because it was the biggest and the most violent. And one of the biggest reasons why the Spanish did it was because of the Reconquista. The Reconquista was when the Spanish came down through Spain and pushed all of the like Moroccan Muslims and stuff out back down to North Africa. And because of that, there were a lot of Jews and Muslims that had been living in that trade area there where there were a lot of interactions between the different cultures.
Yeah, specifically
And because-
Morocco.
Yeah, it's very much the southern tip of Spain and Morocco, right before the Straits of Gibraltar or whatever. But yeah, that's where, because there were so many Muslims and Jews still like skirting around, they were just like, well, can't have that. And, because some of them just, lived there and didn't really care who the conquering armies were or anything like that until the Spanish said, yeah, that's a problem for us, though.
Yeah.
And they were just like, wait.
I like how you keep affirming what he's saying. Like,
This is
with
something
all-
I actually do know about in history.
with all your Crusader Kings 2 full knowledge.
yeah.
I mean, Europa Universalis has taught me a good deal about this. And I was like, yeah, Morocco, and it's right next to Aragon, and
Yeah,
it was Castile at the time, actually.
correct.
Yeah, that was something I did like
Do
about
you know-
Furiosa, by the way.
What's
Was
that?
like the historic mythological feeling of it. It did feel like a Greek epic or something.
Oh, yeah, it did feel epic.
Yeah,
Certainly.
it felt like some guy it was basically not like the Odyssey, but it was more like the Iliad or something. It was like the Iliad, but like in a desert with
Interesting.
cars.
So we saw Furiosa.
We did.
And I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. Good action movie. So go ahead and give your opinion, you
I didn't
shitbag.
really like Furiosa. I thought it was fucking boring. I
Okay.
legitimately
Why?
stopped
How was
looking
it
at the screen.
boring?
Because there was too much, like, Will's like, no, there wasn't any downtime. And I'm like, there was tons of downtime of shit that I just didn't
Oh my
care
God,
about.
action movies having time to breathe for the audience.
Not
What a
even that, like the
crime.
action scene where there's like a truck hanging from a crane and then she has to go save him. I was like, you could have cut all that out of
There's
the
a whole
movie.
bunch of fucking action. Her lover gets kidnapped. The dude's in a fucking getting a rocket shot at her. A crane's falling down. He's driving a big ass truck.
That's later. I'm talking about when she's like given the gloves for like saving the truck, and he's like, "You're the new doorman."
Oh, you mean like when What are you talking? That's right off the heels of her being chased by the pedophile guy.
I know, and all of that could have been cut out of the movie. I didn't need any of that or want to see that.
But that's the whole point of the movie, was telling her story.
Her story? I already know her story.
No,
I watched
don't.
the other movie.
You don't know her story for shit. She's a bitch who got in a truck. That's her story in the other movie.
I never asked what her story. How about that? I never asked what her fucking story
was.
was.
Guess what? Other people did, and they got it.
Why? Why did anybody care what her story was?
Because everyone in the movie said, or everyone in the industry said Tom Hardy was an asshole when he was Mad Max, so they needed to pivot to somebody else.
So they got an entirely new actor who didn't play in the last movie, and then replace the actor.
Okay, so Mad Max is in it.
He's in it for like a scene, but he has no lines.
It's just a cameo.
It's just literally the CGI of Mad Max in his car looking over a cliff as a thing happens.
Yes. That's it. And
Okay.
then it
Well,
holds
I mean-
on that for 10 seconds and then it goes.
So I
Yes.
figured it would be a cameo. This is a side story.
It's more of an Easter egg, honestly.
I'm trying to think.
Like, it's a
what is his
well
name?
pointed out Easter egg, honestly.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
It's Chris Hemsworth
Okay.
in front of green screens,
No,
the movie.
fucking say his name right. It's
Helmsworth.
Demetrius or something like that.
I don't know what is Demetrius. Donatello.
Demonic. No, what
Donatello.
Was
It's
it? God damn it.
Donatello. Donatello in front of green screens the whole fucking movie. Lady Dimitrescu.
Democrats.
The Democrat.
The Democratic Party.
I don't
Fuck,
care.
it was like Demonoto or some shit like that. It's
Yeah,
kind
That's
of a
not
cool
true.
name.
It can't be the Democratic Party. They're all using guns.
It was
Only
like a cool
5%
name.
of
It was a cool
Democrats know how
villain
to use
name.
guns.
Well, they were killing a lot of children, so you could be
Demonata or something like that. It was a cool name.
I don't know, dude. His name didn't matter to me. His acting was cool, and he was the entertaining
I
part
don't
of the
think
movie.
anyone did a bad job acting.
Yeah, I heard that Chris Hemsworth actually did a really good job.
He
He was
did.
pretty entertaining.
He did
as
fine.
the-
I don't think anyone in the movie did a bad job acting. Now, I will say, like, I think the formula for the action scenes got a little old, where like they would kill somebody and then pause and stare at the person who like it was across from them. That got a little old. I'll admit that, but like that just takes it from like an 8 to a 7. You know, it went from great to a good.
There was so much stuff like the scene where she saves the truck from the crane. There was so much stuff of her as a child that I didn't care about.
You just didn't like the first half of the movie.
Oh, dude, the first like chapter before like all the stuff with her mom and then all of that, literally all of that, I would have cut all of that out of the movie. It's like the first 25
We
minutes
gotta know
of the
where
movie.
she comes from.
No, you don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where she comes from.
Yeah, because that's how she. The fuck do you mean it doesn't matter? Hold on. The fuck do you mean it doesn't matter? Oh, I'm sorry.
Covered in Red Bull over here now.
Oh, hot.
Fun.
My bad.
All right.
Giving Eric wings. Well, giving his dick wings.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll just
My
get a
bad,
paper
Eric.
towel or something. You guys keep going.
Yeah. Here, one paper towel.
Paper towel stuck to the fucking roller. Thanks, Patrick. That'll do it.
Sorry, dude. I've been jacking off a lot. I've been depressed. That's what's left.
He's been gooning in his goon hole.
I have. I've been gooning in my goon hole. That's what's left, dude.
That's what I get for sending you all those Futanari clips.
I know.
Sorry, Eric. I apologize profusely. Anyways.
Professor Lando came out with a thing about Futanaris today. I thought that was very nice.
Hot. Anyways,
Look,
as a person who edits movies or edits shit,
hold on,
I would edit a lot out of the movie.
Yeah, okay,
And then
that's fair,
I
but-
don't like the CG to where it makes me be like, I can't believe any action scene is actually happening. So none of it is like sticking in my brain.
Are you just gonna be a CG hater?
yeah, for real.
It looks
But hold on.
particularly
no,
bad
it does
in this movie.
not. Like
It's
I will say,
different frame rates
Mad
than the
Max
rest of
looks
the movie.
bad. Mad Max looks really bad. I will say that. That's
Do you
fair.
remember the lizard on the skull that they drive over? Do you remember the
It was
lizard moving
literally
at
2 seconds.
Do you remember the lizard moving at 30 frames per second? Do you remember the
your
60
eyes move at 30 frames a fucking
Do you remember
second.
the 60 frame per second lizard and then the rest of the movie moving at 24 frames per second and how fucking weird it looked?
No, because the lizard died instantly.
I know! And I was like, why was it in the movie?
Because
If he's gonna put a shitty looking lizard in the movie,
It was just gonna be cinematic. It was just
it's not cinematic to have a shitty lizard get run over.
Wow.
Do something else.
But guess what? That doesn't make it a goddamn 3 out of 10. You know what makes it a 7? We had to know where she came from because that led into her mom being killed and tortured, so that she had to get goddamn revenge on the Demonatus guy. And guess what? We had to learn where she came from, where her mom came from, for her to get her fucking revenge.
I would have given it a 7 out of 10 if it wasn't 3 hours fucking long.
It's not.
Oh, wow.
It's too fucking long.
It's like 2 hours.
It's 2.5.
That's the average movie these days.
This sucks. I hate it.
I don't disagree.
I'm looking at the wall.
Sounds like they needed the Jurassic Park 3 treatment. Just trim all the fat off it, make it 90 minutes long, and call it a day.
I wonder what this waveform's gonna look like. Is this just gonna?
I imagine it'll be a little bit more difficult to get everything
Dynamics
balanced.
processing
Look,
is
what
just
about
gonna-
that scene where she's on the big truck and the dude's like getting like the big mace is going whop whop whop. And
Why was there a midget?
what do you
Why
mean?
was the midget even in the movie?
Because he was in control of the maces.
Also,
yeah,
isn't
he
that
didn't
like...
he
What do you mean?
died.
No, they did need him.
He died.
I would just say right here, even though I'm not a big Mad Max fan, I've seen like 2 of the movies years ago. I think having a random midget in some of the movies is actually
so in their
like
canon.
that is actually
That's
kind of a
so
thing.
in their lore.
Like remember Master
have a
Blaster?
guy.
He's right.
They
He's
have a
right.
guy
actually.
on a
There's a
hood
guy on the-
doing a whole guitar show.
Yeah,
That was in the old one.
Yes.
yeah,
and
that's
that
not
ruled.
The old
No,
one.
they
That
can't
was
have
the
a midget.
last one.
They get
The old one was from
That's
the
true.
1980s.
Immortal Joe's not allowed to include all of his sons.
You know the first guy, the first war boy they run into that's like, am I in Valhalla?
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
I
You know why he's in the movie?
I have no idea.
He's a fucking TikTok star.
Really?
Yes, and they
Oh,
put him in the
ew.
movie for promotional.
Huh.
He's in that movie to promote the movie.
You know, for as little as he did, I'm surprised he did so good.
He's in the movie for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, it's like Matt Pat in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah,
You know,
and
you
he-
just throw him in there, have him say a line, and
Yeah,
then
but, like,
do
you
a little
didn't-
wink at the
I couldn't
audience,
tell
and then
or
get him out of
anything.
there.
I
Did
just
you
thought-
watch the Five Nights at Freddy's?
No.
I couldn't
I'm just
tell. I
familiar
just
with the
thought. I
cameo.
just thought he was like an extra actor. He didn't. do
Yeah,
anything.
I mean, like I was just like, why does he not
that's-
look
that-
like the rest of them? And I looked it up, and he's a TikTok guy
Ah,
because he looks like really weird for like
I get a little bit.
like they all have. Okay, this is Patrick's phrenology hour, but all of the Immortan Joe sons all kind of look the same except for this one guy.
Well, and the midget.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, this guy
And
looked
the
like a
ones that
big
are
version
obviously
of the midget.
deformed.
This guy looked like a big version of the midget, which is
I'm
weird.
kind of confused because like there are several like his like 2 lieutenant sons are like deformed inbreds.
Yeah, Scrotus and
Yeah.
that's
Rec-
actually his name.
Rectum-
Also, are we
or
supposed to
something
say?
like
that.
Are we
Scrotus and
supposed to
rectus.
say dwarf? Or,
No.
or
It doesn't matter.
like-
some of them like midgets.
No
some
one
of them
listens
like,
to this, Eric. It
That's
doesn't
true.
matter.
Oh look,
Well, yeah,
Eric.
I
Here's
know.
the thing that I've learned is like some people say dwarf, some people say midget, some people say little person. Everyone gets offended if you say something else. Some people say black person. Some people say African American. Some
Say
people
it.
say
if you live in Mississippi, you either have some bad ideas about black people, or you were probably half raised by black people because
Yes,
like
yeah.
that, and that I think. Well, maybe not Will, but the rest of us kind of fit into the latter category.
Will was actually raised by wolves. That's part of his ancestry.
Racist wolves.
Yeah, racist. Those wolves did not care for black people one bit.
No. It's straight like rebel flags all over the front, and some slightly different red and black flags on the interior of the
Yeah,
house.
I wanna
red, white,
see-
and blue truck with a wolf driving it. He's got dip in his mouth.
I want to see this Zootopia movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's racist utopia wolves.
Well, to be fair, racism was something that was tackled
Very-
directly
very
in
big thing.
Zootopia.
That's why part of the reason I think that movie is such a 9 out of 10 is just like it does it so well.
No, it's a 3.
It's Judy
Anyways.
Hopps.
Will's gonna throw the
Judy Hopps is the only reason
Oh.
why
Yeah, I know
adult
you-
men
I
are
know you're not
consistently
giving it
watching
a
that
3
movie.
out
God
of 10.
damn, I'm consistently watching something with Judy Hopps, but it ain't that movie.
Your ass
Zootopia.
giving it a 10 out of 10.
I'm
As
giving
much
that
as you
ass a
talk
10 out
about
of 10.
jacking off to Judy
Yeah.
Hopps.
Give it
Like, have
her
you ever
ass
heard of
to-
like the
for sure.
abortion comic book from
Yeah,
that?
of course.
Oh
I've
my
read
God,
it a
I've
million
seen
times.
It's so fucking bizarre.
I've read it a
So
million
weird.
times, dude.
I'm like, is this
Oh.
loss?
Has Been Hotel is like the new version of that. Like people are
I like
making
Aspen
weird.
Hotel, to be fair. That was a
People
good
are.
show.
It's a new thing that like the teenagers who are into furry weird internet culture shit
Mhm.
are like gravitating towards because it has really good character designs. That's
Mhm.
all you need to get that group.
It has good character designs and a lot of good edgy music that
Yeah.
allows you to use the cursing words.
Oh yeah, in front of your
know.
parents, and then you can
I
say you're
should
singing
watch
a
the
song.
show.
And I mean, it has Keith David. So
Of course.
that's kind of just
I
a
gotta
win
tell ya.
by itself.
I should watch the show, but I feel like after I saw the pilot, I feel like the rest of the show is just gonna be self-righteous for the most part.
Has Been Hotel.
Yeah.
The show is a lot more self-righteous than the pilot is.
And I don't feel like I'll like it for being so self-righteous.
I don't know, man.
Like everything.
I mean, compared to you guys, yes, I do like everything. And you hate everything.
I do.
I just gave Furiosa a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I was talking
and
about
I gave it a 3, which it doesn't deserve.
You actually hate everything.
You're more
you can't
middling.
be shown anything.
Yeah, you're more middling. I'm super accepting, and he's super harsh.
I like Judy Hopps.
Again.
Not because her story was good, but because her plot was good.
Yeah.
No,
I like. I watch Zootopia
It's
for
because of the
plot.
character design.
Yeah.
It was just the character design.
I'm actually a teenager who's into that weird internet shit. That's me. I'm talking about me when I refer to those people.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but go on about your Has Been Hotel shit.
No, I mean, I don't really have too much else to say about it. I've been, I mean, it was good. It has good voice acting, good music. It's gonna attract that edgy, teenage, fringe, LGBTQ plus group because it's got a lot of like really weird representation and stuff like that.
I mean,
So
you don't have to dance around it. Let's be honest. It was made for them.
I thought you were just gonna say it was made for Patrick. We don't have to dance around it. It was made.
I mean,
for Patrick.
it's got some.
I mean, I'm sure,
some
like,
real
you know,
gay
it's
stuff in
made
it for sure.
everyone, but like every single character in the show is coded one way or another way. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like it's a show made for like the LGBT plus.
Well, then why did Jeff like it?
Jeff is LGBT. What are you talking about?
I mean, I like it. My wife likes it, and
I'm
she's
not saying
a
like Jeff
churchgoer.
isn't LGBT. I'm just saying like if it was made for LGBT plus edgy teenagers,
Yeah.
why did Jeff like it? Who is like a 30-year-old man who hates
Same
everything.
reason I liked
No,
it.
I don't think it was made specifically for teenagers.
Yeah.
I think it was made for
People who like that
fucking-
edgy shit.
I think it was made for homosexuals.
Edgy and like really artistic and like really.
Yeah,
what's the word I'm
Eric,
looking for?
homosexuals.
Theatrical.
Well, yeah, theatrical,
Yeah.
but also like exaggerated, like really, really exaggerated designs.
Edgy theater kids.
Eric,
really-
you can tone all of this down. Faggot. Nah, I'm just
It was though. It
No, I
really
mean
was.
it's pretty gay,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really
Did you
distract.
guys see that the trope got in trouble for using the word faggot?
the Pope, not
Yeah.
the trope.
The
You
Pope.
said the trope.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Did you see the trope?
Why
I'm gonna
does the
start calling
Pope
him
use
that.
the word faggot?
Like he was
How did he
giving
not
a-
know
He
not
used
to
it as
say
an
that?
adjective.
Yeah, he was giving a speech. I can't remember where he was giving the
Wait,
speech,
he used it as
but
an
like,
adjective.
Yes.
yeah, he basically what he was saying. He was like, "We need to get all these faggots out of the church," and like that's pretty much what he said.
He referred
Okay.
to someone's actions as faggoty.
Yeah.
That was what he did. And then he was like,
Bro,
I didn't
I'm
know it was a
sorry.
bad thing. I thought that was just a way you referred
Yeah, he
to
didn't know it was a slur.
Yeah, he
in,
didn't
like,
know it was a
English.
slur because he doesn't speak
Which
English.
I doubt, to be honest. Like, I'm cool with him PR later being like, look, I didn't know.
Who wrote
I'm
your
sorry.
fucking English translation for this?
But
Like,
yeah, there's
I'm
no
really...
way he didn't know in 2020 goddamn 4 that faggot is not a slur.
Faggotry. That's what he called it.
Faggotry. Okay, yeah, I don't... okay, look.
Like,
It's
issue your
not-
apology. I just don't believe that you didn't know.
I don't care if the priests are gay or not. I care that they're molesting children. If they're having a consenting adult
That's
relationship...
the issue you're having.
Yeah,
Okay. So
that's the issue I'm having. Stop raping kids.
The offensive
Like, I
word
don't
that
care
Francis
how
used.
gay they are or not.
You don't?
No,
Why not, Eric?
because it doesn't matter.
Well, it's in the book, Eric. I'll have you know. Read the Bible.
Well, then you can fire them for being priests, but not arrest them. You should arrest the fucking pedophiles.
we're wrong. He didn't say it in English.
What?
So
Oh,
the offensive
well.
word Francis used, frosciagine, is a kind of crude term based on the slur froscio or faggot, typically of the local
Wait,
Roman.
So that brings up something else, though. Like, so he didn't say
knew.
it. Hold on. Yeah,
Yeah, he knew
didn't
exactly
say,
what he was
but
saying.
He used a crude word. Like, he knows it was crude.
yeah.
Okay, well then fuck his apology.
Like, dude,
He
you're
didn't
the
fucking-
Pope. You're
yeah.
not supposed to use curse words.
Fuck off.
Like, that's not you're supposed to be better than that.
I'd like to know what specifically he said.
Of course, that's why people like Trump, because he says words like faggot.
Did you see
But
that?
that's definitely
that
not why
fucker's
people
a-
like the Pope Francis.
You see, he's a felon.
It's like he's trying to get, that Trump crowd in by using the word faggot when he's out there.
Did you see that Trump's a felon?
Yes, I did. I gotta
Oh.
admit, though, I
37 counts.
not
34 counts.
It was 34.
Yeah.
34 felony counts of the hush money, basically.
Using campaign money to
Yeah,
pay
okay.
off people.
Here's the trick, though, and here's why I'm not actually very happy about that. And this is something me and my wife have discussed. It's like, there was no good outcome for this because of how charged everyone is. Basically, did you see that cash donations
I do. I saw you got
for
$34
Trump,
million.
Yeah, it like tripled, quadrupled overnight
Ridiculous.
because his entire like base is seething and coping right now. And here's the worst part, though. I don't think this is the win some people think it is.
Nothing will be.
Yeah.
I mean, he was right. He was like, yeah, what will matter is if I get elected in November.
Yeah.
That was immediately what he said, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what
honestly,
matters.
at this point,
I am. Our judges are a bunch of fucking pussies. Yeah, pretty much.
We're a democratic state, my man.
At this point, I think we're looking at our first felon president.
Yeah. So here's what the Pope said. On Monday, May 27th, Italian media reported that the Pope, in a closed-door meeting with the Italian bishops, used the word frotagine, an anti-gay slur, in a discussion about the culture at seminaries.
He knew.
So he was talking about, like, he was saying that there were a bunch of gays in seminary school, and that they had to deal with all the faggots in seminary school. That's literally what he said.
Deal with all the pedophiles in your church?
Yeah,
that's what he means.
Deal with all
That's what he means. As an old man, you think what he doesn't mean by faggots is...
Fine. He shouldn't equate the two then.
No, he shouldn't, but that's totally what he means. He's like, no, we got all these faggots in seminary.
He
needs to make it his job to understand what the actual fucking problem is. Okay?
He lives in an ivory tower, Eric. He's 85 years old.
And he does nothing with his time.
He's probably fucking...
He has time to figure this shit out.
Well, yeah, he's probably fucking some little kids. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say he's probably in on it, Eric.
Honestly, if you're not... I hate to say this, like, the whole you're with us or you're against us, but when it comes to fucking kids, you're either with us or you're against us.
I thought you were about to say, honestly, if he is not fucking some little kids, then what is he doing being the Pope? Why is he the Pope?
Honest question.
That's his whole job.
Honest to God question. With pedophilia being so rampant in the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
And Hollywood.
Do you think you could be elected the Pope and not be on some level a pedophile?
You'd have to be aware of it at least, because you'd have to be aware of the culture, and then you'd have to you'd have to. I'd say you have to approximately fuck about 3 little boys a day to be elected Pope. That's my
because they have to have dirt on you at some point, right?
Absolutely. You've got to be the fuckingest kidness motherfucker to be in the Catholic Church, and they'll be like,
I wonder what the ratio is of like molesting women and girls.
It doesn't exist.
It's still pretty high.
I feel like it's just
don't look up any statistics in a nunnery.
Yeah,
it's like I feel like it's just like because it's less shocking that a man fucked a woman.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
like they just don't look at like the same. It's like, well, aren't they just not supposed to fuck?
I told you that story about that monk and his wife's skull.
Oh my god!
I mean, that kind of shit happens in monasteries all the time. That is typical monastery weirdo shit.
The reason people take a shot on that one, Jesus Christ.
The reason people are monks is because they're not normal, like, good human individuals. They're weirdos who need to be ostracized from society and want to be ostracized from society. 99% of the time.
On one hand, yes, that's gonna make up a portion of them, but I'd like to believe that at least some of these motherfuckers really just want to dedicate their lives to their religion. You know,
approximately 5%. Yeah.
Well, even if they do, then they become priests, not monks.
Well, no, some people aren't people, and they just want to
study the Word of God.
Yeah, study, pray, and meditate.
Yeah, approximately about 5% of all monks are probably true actual monks. At least in terms of like Christendom.
If you think, you think it's as bad in Buddhism?
I know that they have problems.
I don't think the monks are the problem. I think like
sometimes they are.
I think it's a committal problem with Buddhism. Like with I think the main problem that if I had to guess with Buddhism monks is like, yeah, I'll go be a true Buddhist monk for a week.
Yeah.
And then I'll stop.
Yeah, be like a Shaolin monk for a week.
Yeah.
And then just give up.
I think that's their biggest issue, probably, if I had to guess.
Sure.
It's just like people coming in and be like, tourism monks.
I have a dumb question.
Go ahead.
But I think it's good discussion.
I have a very important question, so as you can done with that.
Well, go ahead with your very important one. Mine's funny, but it's not important.
How does one get accepted into a Shaolin temple?
Oh, you just go ask.
You walk up and
Yeah, you
ask,
literally just walk. There's like one in Atlanta. You can just go stay in for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And then if you seem like a cool dude, they'll let you stay there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And I can just do the whole thing, get beat with bamboo sticks all day, eat rice, and get super
Like,
cut.
I mean,
Historically, that was where you would stay, like if you were a traveler. So they have to accept travelers by the rule of the temple. That's every monastery
assuming
ever.
you're like an okay person, yeah. Like, don't break their rules and you're good.
like, will they train you in Shaolin?
You have to get permission.
No,
Okay.
They won't do that. You'd have to become a monk, or they'd have to like you
that's
a
what I
lot.
mean. Is
No, like what
how
happens?
could I get accepted into the training?
You
is what
stay
I
there
mean.
for a
Stay there
while.
for a while.
Yeah, and then eventually someone's like, "Hey, man, you've been here a while. You seem cool. Would you like to like be a full-time monk and live in this temple full-time?"
Yeah, it's basically
Okay,
like
so it's you basically just gotta dedicate yourself beforehand and then go there and do the
Yeah, you gotta
until
go be
they accept you.
You just go be a squatter for a while, and then eventually they accept you. Yeah.
But
you know
not be a piece
how,
of shit and don't get in their way all day.
Yeah, and like help out. See if you can. I imagine it's like you go to like one of them, and you're like, "Hey, can I like sweep the temple or something, or can I clean a bell?"
I hope
rake
it
the
works that
sand
way.
garden.
That basically.
Rake
Yeah,
the
like
sand
the Zen garden or whatever.
Yeah. Just
Can
like,
I punch?
Which
Can I
actually-
be the guy
like-
who kicks you in the nuts until your nuts don't hurt anymore?
Yeah,
Can I
like,
do that repeatedly?
Which I guess
I
not
don't know.
all Buddhists are Zen, so I should probably not all. Yeah, that's its
I
own
don't
sect.
know if it like I don't know the exact procedures, but I imagine it's something like that.
Be the guy who lights the other guy on fire.
Yeah.
I guess my
Just do
biggest
that
thing
for a while.
Yeah.
is I would be like, how would me, a Scandinavian, North American
They're not
guy?
racist, Eric. You don't have to be Asian to be a Buddhist.
They
monk.
are, but
Well, some
they
are,
would.
of course.
Actually, yes, they are. They're very racist, but they would just look at you and be like, "This white boy doesn't know what he's getting into." And
Yeah,
then
I
you'd have
imagine
to-
they'd of course think that at first, which
Yes.
is not a bad. Like I'm sure most of the white boys who walk up there are in fact that.
You heard it here first, folks. Eric says yes to racism.
No.
White people don't know what they're talking about and shouldn't get into Asian
Well,
shit.
it's like how my
Cultural
ex-black
appropriation.
girlfriend's black dad saw
Mhm.
this artsy fartsy white guy with like no job and like no car and was just like, not sure if I'm super into this.
Hey,
And I was just like, yeah, okay. I did not fault him for it. He was like 50 plus years old. He grew up in a time where trusting Whitey was not the best idea. And, I was just like, yeah, bro, you can be a little cautious about this. I get it. Like, it's not that big a deal. I understand. And in order to not be seen as this thing, I will simply not do the bad things you think I might do. And then he got over it.
So you didn't get a job and smoked a bunch of weed and stayed home.
Yeah. But you know what I didn't do?
What?
Anything
Drugs.
bad.
Oh, yeah.
Like I didn't hurt his daughter. I didn't get her pregnant. I wasn't a huge dick. I didn't say anything or do anything racist. I didn't make a fool of myself at their dinner table. I was always really kind and participated in conversations and talked about things with them. So eventually it was just I guess dude's a dude.
Yeah.
And that's how you conquer racism. Just show that you're.
This is
a
how you
dude.
conquer racism, Eric.
No, that's how you do a racist dog whistle. But
Me and
sorry, he's doing a lot of those KKK handshakes over here.
yeah, me and Will are famously known for our knowledge on KKK handshakes.
I know this is
I mean,
gonna
you
really
guys
rip
know
into
Nazi
the joke,
dog
but
whistles
dude,
better than I do.
did the KKK have secret handshakes?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
dude,
they
yeah,
absolutely do.
absolutely.
Huh.
You know
Yeah.
that?
No, I just thought it was like a Freemason thing.
Will and I have been holding hands for 3 minutes now.
The
give or
best
take.
part of this
since
is I'm waiting for Patrick to do the
Yeah, now they're doing a
pull
tug
you
of
away.
war.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of dog whistles going on here right now.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. They're telling each other how to subvert the government and implant white supremacy into the minds of the people.
Yeah. Why are we shaking hands?
Oh, you held my hand first.
Oh, did I? Okay, you were holding your hand out to me, and I just
Oh,
took it and started shaking
I don't
it.
even remember what I was.
I
gonna
just
say.
thought you were testing. I just thought you were testing Will out to see how gay he wanted to be.
No, I mean,
he's done that.
Yeah,
test.
we've done that. I was gonna say that's been done.
Yeah, the tips got all the way mashed
They
into
don't
each
call
other
me
before anybody stopped.
They don't call me Butterbutt the sequel for nothing.
Butterbutt.
You know, you went to college, you went to high school with him.
We've
You should
already
know
told the
Butterbutt.
story.
Yeah, we've told it a million times. Once heated
I remember
butter
now.
in his microwave to have sex with his boyfriend, and then poured the hot butter into his asshole.
Do you not remember?
And had to go to the hospital.
We've told the story like 3 times.
Why didn't Bro just take the cold butter and rub
that's
it on his
that's the
butthole?
real question, isn't it? Why did he heat butter in the microwave, then pour it into his ass?
Why not just wait for the butter to cool a little
Why
bit?
not
Okay.
any of these things?
Like, I just would think, dude, it's butter. As soon as it touches your skin, it starts to melt.
Why
just
did the
rub the
amazing
stick on your
atheist-
butthole for a minute, and it's all lubed up and good to go.
Why did the amazing atheist drown his dick in boiling water?
It was actually oil, but yes, he poured boiling oil on his dick and balls.
Because you hear something sometimes, you hear it's nice, and then you do it.
I challenge you to find the one person who is like, it's nice to pour boiling oil on your dick and balls.
Will, what are the chances that between now and the next
Never.
time we record,
Never,
you have
dude.
to
I would
dig-
never. No, not at all. I like my balls and dick too much.
Yeah, no, I generally am pretty nice to those things. I do not abuse them.
Oh my God, I'm like
you know how
squirming
nuns
over
are
here.
really into like Jesus hanging on the cross because he's shredded and he looks cool?
Yeah.
Do you think that Buddhist monks got really into big fat guys? Like big happy looking fat guys? They're
Well,
like,
I know that
fuck
sometimes
yeah.
Are Buddhists celibate?
Well, some are, some aren't.
After taking
And-
themselves in the balls that much, I'm sure you can't do much down there.
Not all Buddhist monks are martial
I
artists.
thought that was a Chinese
That's
thing.
like,
Anyways.
that's
like
very specific to
It's
like
like
Shaolin.
Confucianism or something.
Like most of them don't
Like-
even exercise.
Like you read the book of Confucius, and like on page 6, paragraph 2, it's like you, Patrick, will be kicked in the balls.
Not sure what
That's-
Confucius has
this
to do
is
with
my
Buddhism,
prediction.
but
Why is it not Nostradamus? Why is it? I guess
I thought Confucius was the guy who made all the predictions. This is not that guy.
no, dude. No. No, dude. No, dude. No. Confucius was the guy who structured early Chinese law
Yeah.
Okay.
into
I
a
thought he made all those-
he predicted
pseudo-religious
9/11.
thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I
yeah.
thought he made wild ass predictions.
Nope, that is Nostradamus.
Yeah.
A German French man from
Wait,
like
he's not Chinese?
no, not even kind of. Like not even
I mean,
related
kind of.
to
I mean,
Chinese.
all humans are kind of Chinese.
I mean, in the same fact that we're all human, I guess, but-
Nostradamus or whatever his name is.
Nostradamus.
And Confucius were like the same guy.
Wow.
Just like
no,
that was his nickname or something.
They were literally separated by almost 2,000 years. Like they did not live. They lived on opposite sides of the world, 2,000 years
Will,
away from each other.
Who is Lao Tzu? Tell me what Lao Tzu did. Shut up, Eric.
Okay, 'cause
Well, I know he's not the guy with the glaive. I know that much.
that's Guan Yu.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
what'd you say his name was?
Lao Tzu.
Lao Tzu.
Oh, okay, I thought you said
Yep.
Chow Tzu for a second.
No,
That's the
No,
little
that's-
white guy.
that's the little white-
I would have cried had you been like, that's the little white guy that blew up on Nappa's back.
Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Dragon
was
Ball
like
is
Lao
loosely
Tzu an
based on Journey to
emperor?
the West, but
Was Lao Tzu an emperor? No, Lao Tzu was not an emperor.
He was not,
What
no.
did he do? Tell me what he did. What is he famous for
bad.
doing?
He's famous. Lao Tzu. Can you use it in a sentence?
Lao Tzu was a very famous Chinese blank.
Yeah, what was he, Will? That's easy enough. What did he do?
He was
It's a
he
proper
was an
noun, it's just his
astronomer. He found Venus.
It's close enough. I like
You
that.
were almost getting there.
That's
kinda.
close. That's not that far off. Granted,
Okay,
at the same
can I?
time, astronomers and philosophers were.
Yeah, you
No,
want me
we're
to
close.
take over on that one? Real quick?
Sure, yeah. Tell him who Lao Tzu is.
Okay, Lao Tzu, Taoism. He was the
Ah.
founder of Taoism.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a mystic and a philosopher in ancient China, and yeah, he founded the beliefs in Taoism. So anytime you see somebody with those weird boards asking about the feng shui of a place, you can thank old Lao Tzu.
All right, Will. Who was Quan Shi? Quan Shi Huang.
Quan Shi Wan.
Say that again for me, please.
Quan Shi Huang.
Would this also be Shi Wang Di? Because this guy
that came after him. Shi Wang Di was the next one.
Oh, wait, sorry. Say that name again.
Quan Shi
No,
Huang.
no, the other one.
Shi Wang Di?
Shi Wang Di.
These nuts.
You think he ever pulled that out in ancient China? Shi Wang Di, these nuts.
What's your name? Shi Wang Di, these nuts. Is that a real person?
Shi Wang Di?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you guys were trying to do an enigma.
No. Shi Wang Di was one of the first emperors of China.
Yeah, Quan
He's the
Shi
one-
Huang was the first emperor of China.
Who's the Jade Emperor again?
That's okay.
think that's him.
Hold on. Who's the Jade Emperor, Will?
I don't.
What is- does he-
Quan Shan Li?
You think? Okay, was the let me ask you a couple of questions.
All right.
Was the Jade Emperor a real man?
No, he's like the guy in heaven, right?
There you go. Hey, he did it. There you go.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
You can thank
He's the
overly
spiritual
sarcastic
emperor.
productions for me knowing that one.
There you go.
They are very good.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Well,
Red.
don't shout out
and
to
Blue
them
over
too
there.
much. They don't want to come on the show, so don't give them any credit.
I can't.
I'm
fault them
not
too
going
much
to
for
blame
that.
them. As much as I'd love to have you guys
I would
on,
absolutely love to talk to those guys.
I understand.
They're amazing, but yeah, if they don't want to associate with us, that's fine.
Yeah,
I can't fault them for that.
I
That's-
understand.
We're
You think
not.
it's because of the racist dog whistle handshakes?
I mean, that might be one of them. I
okay.
mean, we're a little too edgy for them.
Do you think that's because Will thought that Nostradamus was Confucius?
God, they would get on here and have a heart attack.
Yeah, they'd have a stroke talking to you, dude.
I think they would need to educate us. Like, we need overly sarcastic
Yeah.
productions to help us.
This show would be good if they were on here. They could teach us things.
They would be so good for the history and mythology.
Yeah, I would
talks
be.
for
I would
sure.
just be out. I mean, like, I just wouldn't do the show anymore.
I would,
Like,
we
what do
would
I have to
just
offer?
watch
I would
overly
say.
sarcastic productions and just stop making stuff.
What do I have
Start-
to add to that podcast if they're on here?
Yeah, they're. Yeah, that. Yeah.
What do I do? Make gay jokes and racist jokes over?
over and over and over again while they're talking about history and
like
mythology.
Imagine Red and Blue just being like, yeah, and that's why Hermes, loved his wife, and we're like, gay.
Gay?
He loves his wife. What a faggot.
So today we're going
Yeah.
to talk about the history of Hercules. Oh, he was gay. That's the gay one.
There's the gay
Patrick,
guy.
For the 6th time. That is, he was not a gay guy.
Yeah, he was porking Petrocles, right? Like, that was it?
Yeah.
I mean, he
get it.
might have been, but yeah.
Probably.
Probably was.
The ancient Greeks didn't look at homosexuality the same way. It
Yeah,
was
they
kind of a
Yeah, they looked at it the same way the Catholic Church does a lot.
They said we've got to get all this faggotness off of Mount Olympus.
They say it's fine if they're young and feminine looking.
If the
You know.
penis is feminine, then it's fine.
If they're breedable and submissive,
Yeah,
that's
submissive
fine.
and breedable with a feminine
Bare,
penis.
barefoot and
Yes.
pregnant.
Barefoot and pregnant. That's
All right.
still one of my
think that's
favorite
a
things you've ever
Southern
done.
American thing, but whatever.
No,
Like,
barefoot, pregnant, and Frank. That's a Willism from a couple
Yeah,
episodes
barefoot,
ago.
yeah, okay, I
pregnant,
remember
and
that.
Frank.
Yeah, I remember that.
Appropriately aged.
Appropriately aged.
Appropriately aged.
That was
and
what he
Frank,
said.
yes.
Appropriately aged.
I'm just saying, you got to make these things clear in this day
Yeah,
and
I
age.
understand. I mean, she was, what, 15 when she died?
12.
12. Jesus Christ.
13, I think, when she died, I think.
Oh,
I
that
had
makes
someone-
me even, like, not want to do the joke at all.
I had someone at work the other day. It's funny that you mentioned this. Who completely mixed up Anne Frank with Helen Keller.
Everyone
I
does,
was
dude.
just like, no,
No.
that's completely different.
Dude, you know Helen Keller was
They-
a socialist?
Yeah, of
mean,
course she was. She was a woman.
She's also incredibly disabled. But no, I mean,
Yeah, she was a
But
woman.
like, I've read some of her letters. Apparently, she was a fucking actually good writer. So I recommend it. Go read.
I think
You
she'd-
should go read Why I Became a Socialist and Workers' Rights. They're
Where her
very
transcriptionist was a good writer. She was...
she
she was saying something more like.
Will's trying to make this, like, poignant point. How beautiful.
This is why overly sarcastic productions won't ever be on this show.